Hello everybody, I'm Jim Gaver and welcome to High School Challenge. It's going to get exciting now. We are about to begin our quarterfinal round in this season's competition, and we have the first two of those quarterfinalists ready to go. So let's meet our players right away, shall we? First, from Atherton High School, we have Rick Sadler. Rick's a freshman, has spent 3 years in middle school playing quiz bowl. His interests are hockey, baseball, basketball, drama, Boy Scouts, band, church choir, and quiz bowl. Hopes to attend the University of Michigan Flint or Mott Community College and study engineering, or hopes to become a history teacher. Next is Jonathan Sadler. Jonathan is a junior at Atherton. 4-point GPA, an academic letter, drama letter, plays guitar, and is active with the drama club. Uncertain about a college right now, but hopes to become a teacher or a musician. Captain of the Atherton team is Matt Walker. Matt is a senior, a National Honor Society member, active in drama, music, and photography, is looking at possibly Michigan State University, undecided on a major field right now. And rounding out the Atherton team is Brian Tyler. Brian is a senior, member of the Student Council and SAD chapter, interested in computer repair, robotics, and tennis. He would like to eventually be a head scientist at a company and is looking at DeVry in Columbus for his education. Those are our players from Atherton High School. The team is coached by Nikki Wiederman and Ray Waite, and the alternate for today is Emily Wells. Welcome to you as we welcome our second quarterfinal team from Kersley. There we have Adam LaFerriere. Adam is a junior, plays quiz bowl, active in marching band and chess, has a quiz bowl letter and an academic letter, and hopes to become a musician. Brad Feller is the captain. Brad is a junior at Kearsley, National Honor Society member, plays soccer, chess, and tennis, has an academic letter, hopes to attend the University of Michigan and major in quantum physics. Next is Lindsay Willett. Lindsay is a senior at Kearsley, member of the National Honor Society, enjoys chess, rocket club, student senate, thespian society, drama club, tennis, and bowling. An academic letter winner, is going to attend James Madison College at Michigan State and then on to law school for constitutional or environmental law. Rounding out the Kearsley team is Jason Brownfield. Jason is a sophomore, plays chess, quiz bowl, and is in the marching band. Plans to attend the University of Michigan and eventually hopes to become a music director. Those are our players from Kearsley High School. Mike Skidmore is their coach. Matt Moreno, Kent Hirschberger, Rachel Engel, Leah Engel, and Rosanna Dyer are the alternates. As always, our judge for High School Challenge from Genesee Intermediate School District is Dr. William Shaw. Chantel Parada is our timekeeper for this quarterfinal match, and Anione McGee is our scorekeeper. Teams, we're ready to go. Here are your rules for round one. I'm going to ask you a series of questions worth 10 points apiece. The player buzzing first may answer when I recognize you. If you're correct, your team scores the 10 points. If you're incorrect, the other team gets a shot at the same question. Remember, you may interrupt me at any time I'm asking a question. There's no point penalty if you're incorrect. However, at that time, I would repeat the entire question for the other team. Good luck. Here we go. An object weighs 16 kilograms. Does it weigh about 1/3 of a pound, 3.5 pounds, or 30? John Atherton.
35 pounds.
35 pounds is correct. She was at the 1999 Toy Fair in New York with a nose. Brad Kersley.
Barbie?
Barbie is correct. In England, she was known as Lady Rebecca Rolfe. What was this, Lindsay Kersley?
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas is correct. The full title of this poem is 21 words long, so it's usually called simply Tintern Abbey. What romantic poet wrote it? Was it Keats, Shelley, or Wordsworth? Brad Kersley.
Wadsworth.
That.
Wordsworth.
Okay, that was one of the choices, so I'm going to take that as a correct answer. Incidentally, the complete title is Lines Composed a Few Miles Above Tintern Abbey on Revisiting the Banks of the Wye during a tour July 13, 1798. Next toss-up. In the King James Bible, it's called the Book of Revelation. What is another name for Adam Kersley?
Book of Apocalypse.
That's correct.
Nice job.
It extends from the Ural Mountains in the west to the Pacific Ocean on the east. It is bordered on the north by the Brad Kersley.
Russia?
It's incorrect. Rick Atherton.
Siberia?
Siberia is correct. He tricks Othello into killing Desdemona. Who is this Shakespearean villain? John Atherton.
Puck.
Puck is incorrect. Kersley. Time's up. Iago is the answer. Here's your next toss-up. During World War II, this port city on the North Sea was the site of a massive evacuation of more than 300... Brad Kersley.
Normandy.
It's incorrect. During World War II, this port city on the North Sea was the site of a massive evacuation of more than 350,000 French and English soldiers by a fleet of military, commercial, and pleasure craft. What city was it? Rick Atherton.
Stockholm.
Also incorrect. Dunkirk is the answer. Next toss-up. A barometer measures atmospheric pressure. What does a sphygmo... Thank you, John Atherton.
Blood pressure.
Thank you very much for interrupting me there. Next toss-up. This biblical musical instrument was originally used to frighten evil spirits. John Atherton.
Lyre.
It's incorrect. This biblical musical instrument was originally used to frighten evil spirits and summon gods. In the modern orchestra, it can be muted or blaring. Adam Kersley.
Trumpet.
Trumpet is correct. It's a group of otherwise independent businesses that band together to... Adam Kersley.
Corporation.
It's incorrect. It's a group of otherwise independent businesses that band together to control their industry, usually by cutting back production to boost prices. OPEC may be the most famous one. What is such a group called? John Atherton.
Conglomerate.
It's also incorrect. Cartel was the word I needed. Here's your next toss-up. It was the source of the four great rivers of the world, the Gihon, the Pishon, the Tigris, and the Euphrates. What is this legendary garden, John Atherton?
Garden of Eden.
That's correct. His latest book is Business at the Speed of Thought. His last was The Road Ahead. Let's see, Brian Atherton.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates is correct. In the United States, it was originally called HTLV3. In France, it was LAV. What three-letter designation is now used for the virus that causes Adam Kersley?
HIV.
HIV is correct. If you combined Boyle's law, Charles' law, and Gay-Lussac's law, what law would you have? Matt Atherton.
The combined gas law?
That's incorrect. Kersley. Kersley. Brad.
The law of gases.
It's also incorrect. It's the ideal gas law. Also acceptable were general gas law or perfect gas law. Next toss-up. In the Old Testament, they were sent as one of the 10 plagues of Egypt. In the New Testament, they were part of John the Baptist's John Atherton.
Locusts.
Locusts is correct. In the state where you'll find the National Cowboy Hall of Fame, Brad Kersley.
Oklahoma.
That's correct. It's the only United States state capital that contains the name of its state and doesn't in Brad Kersley.
Sacramento.
It's incorrect. It's the only United States state capital that contains the name of its state and doesn't include the word city. Rick Atherton.
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis is correct. Next toss-up. He set out to find the legendary 7 cities of gold and ended up in Kansas instead. His men found the Colorado River and the Grand Canyon. Who was this Spanish explorer? Lindsay Kersley.
Da Gama.
It's incorrect. Atherton. Atherton John.
Cortez.
Also incorrect. Francisco Coronado. Next toss-up. All atoms except one are made of protons, neutrons, and electrons. What kind of atoms don't have neutrons? Brad, Kersley.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen is correct. Originally intended to be sung, this poetic form also consists of a 4-line rhyme stanza followed by a refrain. Lindsay, Kersley.
Ballad.
Ballad is correct. In the same year that France lost its war in Vietnam, it began another war in this African country, a war it also lost. What North African country was it? Brad, Kersley.
Morocco.
It's incorrect. Atherton. Atherton, John.
Libya.
Also incorrect. Algeria. It was 1954. Next toss-up. These 2 Italian immigrants were convicted and Adam, Kersley.
Secco and Vanzetti.
That's correct. First synthesized in 1853, it wasn't produced commercially until 1899 and was Brad, Kersley.
Insulin.
It's incorrect. First synthesized in 1853, it wasn't produced commercially until 1899 and was so successful that its trade name is now its common name. What pain reliever, John, Atherton?
Aspirin.
Aspirin is the correct answer. And that's our buzzer. So we are at the end of a very high-scoring round 1. With all those points, Atherton, you do trail at this point. So you do get first crack at round 2. That's our lightning round. I'm about to give you your choice of 3 categories. Once you've selected, you'll have 60 seconds to answer up to 10 questions in that category. Remember, you may consult during this round. You don't need to buzz in. But I'll only take answers from Matt, your team captain. If you don't know an answer, you must say pass before I move on. We'll give you 10 points for each correct answer, a 20-point bonus if all 10 are correct. Once your 60 seconds are up, Atherton, Kersley, you'll have 30 seconds to answer anything they missed, passed on, or didn't get to. Then we repeat the process. Atherton, your choices are Ba Ba Ba, Bad Boys, or The Best of the West.
How about Bad Boys?
How about them? Okay. The world is full of bad boys, from the neighborhood bully to the WWF. This quiz is full of them, too. For 10 perfectly good points, identify these bad boys of fact, fiction, and popular culture. We begin with number 1. In Star Walden, the Republican Party is formed. The Kansas-Nebraska Act is passed. What was this eventful year? 1834, 1844, 1854, or 1864?
1854.
That's correct. Next toss-up. The Civil War began with the firing on Fort Sumter in April of 1861. In what cities, Lindsay? Kersley?
Charleston.
That's correct. Kersley, it is the work in which the author outlines a system of absolutely free or laissez-faire economy. What is this classic of economics, first published in 1776 by Adam Smith?
What?
Invisible Hand.
Invisible Hand.
It's incorrect. Wealth of Nations is the answer. Your next toss-up. He could doubt everything except that he was doubting, which implied John, Atherton.
Thomas.
It's incorrect. He could doubt everything except that he was doubting, which implied the existence of a doubter. Or as he put it, I think, therefore I... Adam, Kersley.
Rene Descartes.
That's correct. Kersley, here's a little money-making mathematics. If you invested $10,000 and earned 10% on your investment every year, how much would it be worth after 2 years?
2 years. You're going to... $100, 200, so it'd be worth... $12,000. It would be worth $12,000.
Incorrect. $12,100. Here's your next toss-up, teams. He is said to have said...
Oh, man.
And nobody at home is going to get to see this.
Oh, man.
Yes.
That's unfair.
Okay. We play this as sudden death. I'm asking you toss-up questions. The first team to score points will win. Here we go. The name means the shining, which means that it might imply to someone who has lost his hair or to the Norse god of light and joy. Brad Kersley.
Thor.
Incorrect. The name the name means the shining, which means that it might apply to someone who has lost his hair or to the Norse god of light and joy. What word applies to both? John Atherton.
Odin.
Incorrect. Balder. We'll try another one. They traditionally meet in their respective state capitals on the first Monday after the second. Lindsay, Kersley?
The Electoral College.
That's the correct answer. Well played. Great game, guys. Great game.
I knew it.
Good game.
Good game.
Nice game.
Way to go, guys.
Good job.
It's
Nice
too bad they
job.
didn't have that
Good
on
game.
tape.
Nice game. Okay. You guys are free to go ahead. They got it fixed? They got it on tape?